Think Fast. In our bi-weekly rapid-fire series, we recap Week 8 of the 2019 NFL season and give our predictions for Week 9. This is Beyond the Blitz. Welcome back, everyone. As always, the Blitz Crew back at it. Brandon Wells, Justin Rogers, and we're back with another episode of Think Fast, where we just quickly run through the previous week and give our predictions for the next week.
All right, here we go with Week 8. Vikings defeat the Redskins 19-9 on Thursday night.
I'm surprised it wasn't a higher scoring game on Minnesota's part.
Definitely. The Seahawks defeat the Falcons 27-20. The Chargers defeat the Bears off a missed Bears field goal 17-16.
Where have I heard that one before?
Oh, I think against the Eagles in the playoffs last year, maybe?
Cody Parkey.
Oh, my gosh. All right, then we go to the Lions against the Giants. Lions squeak a win out with the Giants coming back late, 31-26.
I'm telling you, Daniel Jones is overrated.
And then we go to the Jaguars and Jets, what everybody thought would happen. The Jaguars get the 29-15 win.
Highest scoring game of Jaguars season so far. Hopefully they can ride that high a little bit.
Then we look at the Rams getting the 24-10 expected win over the Bengals. Titans squeaking out a win against the Buccaneers 27-23.
Titans are so hard to evaluate. They're so up and down. I guess they worked out a win. It's put it perfectly. Jameis Winston lost the game for Tampa. There's nothing else to that.
A surprising win for the Eagles, 31-13 against the Bills.
If the Bills were going to lose, I expected it to be a little bit of a closer game than this. I know the Bills are definitely struggling on offense. That defense is championship caliber defense, but that offense is almost non-existent. We rarely see this Buffalo team compete to get 20 points in a game, and yet again we see the same thing. I just don't know if Josh Allen's getting it done, but at the same time, they don't have any weapons on that team on offense.
And that's the thing with the Bills. I said that the Bills are going to win if Josh Allen stops turning the ball over. And that's not happening right now. Like you said, they don't have enough weapons. And right now, I mean, the trade deadline is today. They should make a move. We'll see what happens. And then another close game, closer than I thought it would be. Colts get the win over the Broncos 15-13.
This Broncos team isn't as bad as the record says. They're in every single game that they've lost this season. They have all the pieces there. Joe Flacco's out now. A couple things going on wrong on the offensive side of the ball. But that defense showing up as the season progresses more than they were at the beginning of the season. This is still a team that's trying to fight even when all hope is lost. And that has to stand for something.
And even though this is a Broncos team that doesn't have a great record, I will say this puts Jacoby Brissett and the Colts in great position for future games that they're going to be in. And you can give the ball to Jacoby Brissett with 2 minutes left in the game. All right, you can go and win the game for us. I think this puts definite confidence in him and the Colts offense.
Absolutely.
So now we go on. The Saints get the obvious win against the Cardinals 31-9 in Drew Brees' first game back since being injured.
Drew Brees returns, and he returns big. And he claims that starting job like he should. And Saints are looking tough.
And another game where one team blows out another. The 49ers crush the Panthers 51-13.
This San Francisco team is dangerous now. They're finally clicking on offense. Tevin Coleman, oh my goodness. 4 touchdowns. What a game for him. That defense, Nick Bosa tearing it up. Kyle Allen kind of exposed a little bit. Carolina has some holes exposed. And San Francisco finally beat their first good team on their record.
I think it just all depends on how they do against better teams. They play the NFC North this year, I'm pretty sure. And those are a lot of playoff caliber teams. It'll be interesting to see how they play against them. And then against the Seahawks, who are another playoff caliber team. So it'll be interesting to see how they play against high-powered offenses, such as Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, and against Russell Wilson, just to see how that defense plays. But you're right, that defense has been really impressive.
I know that San Francisco still has Seattle twice. They have Green Bay. They have New Orleans. They have a couple tough ones coming up, and they're on the road in New Orleans, so watch that game.
And then we have the Texans beating the Raiders 27-24. Deshaun Watson throwing a game-winning touchdown with one eye.
The Raiders, again, a lot like their division competitors Broncos, they're in the games that they lose. They're building a lot more than what they had last year. John Gruden is building. And we'll see exactly when building turns into seeing how good he actually coaches on field. I think this team still has a long way to go. And I think the Texans have everything to play for right now.
And then, as expected, the Patriots get the 27-13 win over the Cleveland Browns.
Nothing much to say there. New England doing what New England does.
Even though Pat Mahomes was out of this game, a very close game on Sunday night, Packers get the win 31-24 over the Chiefs.
You can never just count the Chiefs out of a game. They're going to be in it, and Green Bay got away with a big one. This is a big win for the Packers moving forward. I know that they didn't have Patrick Mahomes, but the Chiefs are still a good team regardless. They have a lot of weapons to cover, and I think that Green Bay, again, they showed that they're real.
Yeah, and I also think that defense for the Chiefs really stepped up that game, even though they lost. But I would give credit to Matt Moore. Matt Moore, he led that offense.
Yeah.
With the weapons he had around him, he took advantage of the weapons he had around him. One of the better backups in the league, in my opinion. And then we go to the Monday night game, Steelers-Dolphins. What everybody thought would happen, except the Steelers, down 14-0 at the beginning of the game, then 27 unanswered points, get the win 27-14.
I saw Miami was up 14-0. I'm like, Steelers are still going to win. Recaps week 8, and now we move on to week 9, because that's what we do here at Think Fast. First game up, 49ers travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals.
49ers get the win.
49ers give me 42-10. Texans go down to Jacksonville to play the division rival Jaguars. Jaguars at home, give me Jacksonville 23-17.
Yeah, I like the Texans and I like the Jaguars in this game. It all depends on Deshaun Watson's health, I think, in this game.
Yep.
But I feel like Gardner's going to make a couple mistakes, and the Texans are going to get this win.
The Bears go to an inconsistent Philly. Bears-Eagles. Give me Philly takes another one 27-13.
Yeah, you got to give it to Philly here. I feel like Trubisky's going to turn the ball over too much, and the offense just won't get anything done. Eagles' defense isn't great, but they're good enough to get some stops.
Vikings go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. If Patrick Mahomes is back, give me the Chiefs. If not, I think Minnesota could steal this one. Give me the Vikings 35-32 in a very close game.
This Vikings defense might, even if Pat Mahomes comes back, might be too much for this Chiefs offense. I think this is going to be a close game in about the 20s range, but I think the Vikings are going to pull this one out. They're red hot. I think both these teams are red hot, even though the Chiefs just lost last week against the Packers, but give me the Vikings.
Colts go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Give me the Colts 21-15.
This is going to be a close one. I think this is going to be a season-defining game for the Steelers, especially being at home. Good for them, but I feel like Jacoby Brissett's going to have another game-winning drive. Steelers are going to have an early lead by at least 2 touchdowns. Jacoby Brissett's going to come back. I think they're going to get another game-winning field goal and win this game.
The Ghost Hunters go and play the Tanks, the Jets, and Dolphins. Give me the Jets in a who cares game 21-7.
I'm going to give the Dolphins their first win of the season here.
What?
Sam Darnold's going to throw at least 3 picks in this game, and the Dolphins are going to get their first win of the season.
No, Miami's won 0-16. Don't even go there, dude. This Dolphins team is trash.
Somebody's got to make bold predictions around here.
Yeah, it's not the right... You made a bold prediction. Oh, by the way, putting your clip in...
The Bills are going to win the AFC East.
Here's your team. The Redskins go to your AFC East champions, then the Buffalo Bills. How them Bills looking, Justin?
Oh, well,
How them Bills looking?
These Bills are going to come back. I mean, the easy win right here against the Redskins. They're going to put up at least 28 points. I think Josh Allen's going to get his confidence back. What a game to get your confidence back against a not good Redskins defense. Bills get the win.
Give me the future AFC East champions, Buffalo, in a 28-10 game. The Titans go down to Carolina. I think that Carolina got beat big, and I think that they're going to not rebound the way that we think that they might. Give me an unpredictable Tennessee team to get the unpredictable win, 27-20.
Tennessee is one of those underrated teams where they're hot, but nobody sees that they're hot at all. Granted, they have been playing some teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where they've been getting some big wins against not-so-good teams. I'm going to give the Panthers this win. I'm thinking that Christian McCaffrey is going to have at least 150 yards from scrimmage, if not 200.
I like Ryan Tannehill. I think he's going to do things there. Lions go to Oakland. The Lions-Raiders. Give me the Lions 17-10, low-scoring game.
I did see that. I think Kenny Galladay's demolishing defenses, demolishing secondaries. I think they're at least going to score 3 touchdowns in this game. I think the Raiders are going to make this a closer game. This is going to be a high-scoring game, in my opinion. And I also think that Josh Jacobs is going to have a good game, over 100 yards, a couple touchdowns. I think the Lions are going to pull out this one, though.
Buccaneers go to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks 42-13. Big win.
For some reason, I always want to think that the Buccaneers' offense is going to be explosive, and they always are. They always have at least one receiver that goes over 100 yards and gets a couple touchdowns, and I feel like it's going to be that way at the beginning of this game, but this Seahawks offense and defense, this entire team is just going to click together. Jameis Winston's going to throw a couple of picks. Seahawks get the win.
Buccaneers always have a high-powered offense, and then Jameis Winston just makes mistakes because you're throwing the ball too much. Packers go to L.A. to play the Chargers. Give me the Packers 31-20.
I think the Chargers are going to score less, but the Packers are definitely going to win this game. The defense is clicking at all cylinders. the one thing that's separating this Packers team from past Packers teams, Aaron Jones.
Absolutely. Aaron Jones, one of the best in the league, in my opinion. Browns go to Denver to play the Broncos. Ooh, here's a good game. Oh, this is gonna be a tough game. Give me Denver in a 13-10 slug.
Browns are going to get this win only because Myles Garrett's going to get at least 3 sacks, most likely a strip sack as well.
I like Broncos defense against Baker right now. Patriots go to Baltimore. This could be a trap game for New England. Give me the Ravens in a shocker, 27-20.
Okay. It all depends. This Ravens team is a very firecracker offense. And I think it's going to bite them in the butt. I think they're going to turn the ball over at least twice. One of them is going to be for a touchdown. This Patriots defense has been looking way too good. Patriots are going to get the win only by a field goal.
The Ravens have always been a trap game for the Patriots, and I don't think the Patriots can win 16-0. I think that this is a dangerous game for them. I can definitely see them winning, but I got to be bold here and go Baltimore because you just never know with these two teams.
You never know.
Cowboys go to New York to play the division rival Giants. Again, Cowboys are very up and down. It's a road game in the division. Give me the Giants and another upset, 32-28.
This is going to be a run-heavy game. It should be a run-heavy game. Saquon and Zeke are both going to have over 100 yards, hopefully at least 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a fantastic game for fantasy running backs for this game. And I think the Cowboys are going to somehow beat them out. Brett Myers is going to get the game-winning field goal. This is a game I'll give a score for 23-21.
All right. Just one quick note before we leave. Last episode we talked about trade deadline, and one of my trades almost happened. My player went, but not to the team I picked. Kenyon Drake, I said, was going to go to the Rams, but he went to the Cardinals, same division. But hey, my player went, so I got to brag.
Hey, that's true.
No, I was wrong. No bragging. Just enough to bring up. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. As always, this is a Blitz Crew, Brandon Willis, Justin Rogers, and thank you for listening to Think Fast. This has always been Beyond the Blitz.